Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Poplars. Today, I'm going to show you updates, because I have returned home. It is a cold and windy day, but 2 days ago, it was really cold, but I was at Big Bear, and I hadn't arrived yet. And I'll tell you how cold it was. So there was a high of 61 degrees, and there was a low of 53. And that's usually our like April weather. That's usually the weather we get in April, like late April or something. So yeah, it was very interesting, although I wasn't there to see it. It was probably because it was so windy and cold. The wind was blowing so fast that it's carrying the air from the ocean, and blasting it like across the Bay Area and Central Valley. So yeah, it was really cold. And so now we'll start with the updates. So, the willows. This is Pussy Willow, and these kind of willows take a little while to get growing, but if you just let them grow, they'll gain lots of vigor. So this will probably grow like up to here maybe, I'm guessing. There's some honeysuckle. This was a cutting I took off of some vines by the fence over there. You can see those vines on the fence. That's honeysuckle. I took them off of there. And I took the cuttings off of the vines that were growing through the soil and had roots on them. So, you know, here's a plum cutting I collected in like June. It had leaves on, and it's struggling, but you can see the dark green leaves. Those are the old ones that were on it when I collected it. And now it is starting to grow again, but it's barely growing. We'll see how it does. Off this willow shoot, I have a branch forming right here. I won't be using that branch. I'll be cutting them back, probably down to shorter. And I don't know what this plant is. I'm sure Siri would help me with that. Yeah, but it's really interesting. I don't know where I got this. I might have pulled it out. I could have started it from a cutting. And now it's really bushy. These get these orange flowers that are like that big. Now this plant is also very sticky. It's interesting. I don't know why it's very sticky, but probably something to do with like there's probably some droplets of some sort on the trunk. I think I see that. There's this oak seedling that sprouted in like March this year, and it's starting its like, what is it, like third growing phase. And you can see that down here, I'll try to focus exactly where I want it. So from here to here is so like from here to here is where it first grew. That was its first growing phase. and then it grew to here, and now it has grown to here. So its third growing phase is just starting to harden off. Not fully. The leaves are still kind of youthful and green, whereas the old ones are dark. Now, so I don't know where I got these pieces of wood. Oh yeah, I got them from the creek. Not the one I toured you around a few days ago, but further down that way there's another creek, and I'll eat breakfast soon. I'm filming right now. My mom has made me breakfast, but I'll make it short. Anyway, yeah. I also noticed you can see the buds very easily on the willows. It's very nice. Alright. I gotta speed up. Alright, here I have the elms that I collected from my school. These are other elms. These are smaller ones. They're very spindly, they're very skinny and thin, but now they have recovered and they're starting to grow slowly but surely. I can get rid of this maple cutting. I don't know why I didn't remove that earlier. It is dry. Here, this one, jade cutting, has no roots. It's struggling. I just lay it down like that and see what happens. I mean, hopefully something happens. It just keeps rotting. The ice plants are doing nice. They have recovered. They have swollen up and they're probably growing roots now. Here, I sprinkled a bunch of seeds. Some of them were poison hemlock. It's another plant I really like. Not because it's poisonous. So, I also know everything about that poisonous plant. So, no need to worry. I'm not a psychopath. But I noticed that this beautiful annual has started growing, and it has a flower bud. So that's really nice. I cannot wait for it to flower in its fall colors if it does get any. There's a spruce, or whatever this is growing here. It looks like a spruce. I don't know what that is. And then this looks to be kind of like a redwood or a cedar of some sort. And then there's this prickly lettuce that has grown here. Its leaves are falling off, but it's growing new shoots. And I just poked myself with the cactus on accident. There are some albizia seedlings that just sprouted while I was gone. Yeah, here's a very thick. The first leaves are very, very thick and succulent-like. But those are the two halves of the seed that turned into leaves. And now the actual leaves are starting to come out. They're still folded up. But hopefully this gets growing before fall. And I can train it as bonsai. There's this beautiful annual that's flowering right here. I want to know what it smells like. It smells kind of rosy. Over here, this strange plant I grew from a cutting is growing really nicely. I call it the pot tree because it has leaves like that. You know, I don't know anything about that plant I'm referencing this as, and I don't do anything with that plant I was referencing this to, but I just thought it looked kind of like marijuana. But it looks nothing like it when once it grows into a tree, because it's not an annual, it's not a perennial, and it does not like tropical conditions. It's kind of a temperate tree, and these get kind of dull fall colors, like so yeah. Yeah, so there's this weird plant here. It's also growing from a cutting. Look how long it is. Maybe that's just because it has a ton of leaves on it. They're very closely spaced. Very, very closely spaced. Wow. Yeah, so this gets beautiful fall colors in like December. At least in our area. And you just had to be patient with these. They break dormancy very, very early, and they leaf out. I mean, they lose their leaves very, very late. Over here is the Chinese pistache. I have put wire on it, but it's not cutting in to the trunk. And I wire these branches outward so that they can get more light, and I'll take the wire off as soon as it starts to leaf out next year. There's a currant here. And leaves smell really nice when you touch them. And there's this plant here, and I have no idea what it is. Maybe my phone would know. So far I think it has opposite leaves, where it goes like that, and then that, and then that, and that, and that. But I'm not sure. Here's the cutting from that mystery plant. I'm trying to grow a cutting from, oh, it feels kind of firm. This is the cutting off of this tip right here. And this is a dead Dracaena. The yellow jackets always love to crawl around the edge of this and drink the water. So I always be careful about what I'm doing around here. And then there's a seedling growing here. There's a few. There's this weird moss I got from the Sierras when I was at Wolfboro Scout Camp. Yeah, an avocado has recovered here and is growing. They don't really produce branches down low, but I see some buds right here, so that's nice. There's more pussy willow here, and it looks a bit different. Like, they almost look like oak leaves, actually. Look at that. Yeah, there's some cherry laurel growing right here. A Warthia. There's the plant we called Tom, and we named it like in the 20-teens when I was a little kid. Here's some jade, or Crassula ovata. Now for the greenhouse. Oh yes, it's nice and tropical in here. It's around 70 degrees, 20 degrees Celsius. Here's my poplar. And it looked like it was done growing for a while, but now it's growing again. But it looks like the growth has slowed. And that's typical around this time of year for poplars. They start to lose vigor at the tip and get ready to stop growing for the year. And then down here there's a mimosa, looking really nice. I like the different colors of the leaves, especially with this one here. I really like these folding leaf plants. So you see this one had a caterpillar inside the tip of it, and so I picked off the tip, and I thought I thought the tip bud was untouched, but I guess I actually picked off the growing tip, and now it stimulated some branches to start growing around. Yeah, so I think, yeah, it looks like it's hardening off. I just bumped it. Here, I'll do it again. Yeah, So those thorns will be hardening off. The bottom of the stems are starting to turn gray, which is a good thing. Yeah. It's very, very overgrown in here. These are also another mystery plant. A different kind. But definitely not the same as the mystery plant here, which is the same mystery plant as this. So, this is a different kind. I don't know what it is. But they're growing really nicely. Really, really nicely. They're actually starting to get woody. Woody stems right there. Oh, there's like this weird kind of bean plant that's growing right here. So after I watered it, it fell over. One might have actually totally fallen. Oh, it's almost broken actually. Oh, I need to prop it up. How do I do this? Oh dear. Okay. So that weird bean plant it broke right here. It must have fallen over when I watered it. But there's more sprouting up all over the place. I think it's a vetch or whatever it is. Oh, I have some snapdragon flowers over there. That's really nice. And I'll show. Oh, and there's this lettuce, prickly lettuce weed that grew in next to the bay laurel, just growing in the black pots over there. And it's touched the top of the greenhouse, and I don't know whether I should prune it or just let it grow, or train it to grow sideways so that it's just keeps growing. I don't know. I feel like I should let it grow into the outside air and just have it poking out of the greenhouse somehow. Now to the other side, and I'm just keeping this greenhouse completely sealed during this cold spell so that the tropical plants can grow easily. Here's my alder. It's growing. It's recovered. It's starting to fill in. Hopefully, it fills in a lot before fall. I really do hope. It's kind of been weakened by getting out of the greenhouse when I was showing people, and then it starts to wilt and lose its leaves. There's a rock in my toes. I got it out. Okay, blackberry vine is growing. Oh, ouch. It just wants to lean this way over to everything else, so I'll just let it do its thing. There's my plum forest right here. There's a box elder maple. Oh, and my hawthorn has recovered. That's so nice. That's so nice to see. Yeah, all the apples and pears in here growing. The weeping willow. Oh yeah, I'll show you how long it is. So there's the weeping willow. It's like 2.5 feet long now. It's really incredible. Here's the avocado, growing nicely. There's this spindly elm that is just not. It just doesn't stop getting spindly. Ooh, I have a back bud over there. I'll try to show you. There. Look at that little bud. A few leaves poking out right there. So I can cut it back. And definitely make it less spindly. Look at that. Okay, try to, yes, there. Okay. And now, it's crouching down here. It's very strenuous. So there's a wisteria growing over there. There's a buckeye right here. It's not doing much. I will not repot it this winter. I'll just let it be. The silver wattle acacia is right here. It's doing nicely. I hope this bright color it has is a good thing. Well, not a bad thing, but it is looking very bright. Now, what else? There's this, pear plant. Whatever this is, some kind of pear. And it's like 1.5 feet tall. Well, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, there's also this winter jasmine. Whatever this is. Yeah, the leaves of 3. I don't know. It's growing nicely though. Alright. Now it's time to zip up the greenhouse. It's very steamy in there. I'm growing some honeysuckle. More honeysuckle. It's growing shoots off of it. And there's the sycamore growing from cuttings. Dogwood. Another more honeysuckle. I'm trying to make them grow along this thing here, but they don't want to do that. It's kind of funny. There's a cedar I got from the Sierras. There's a pine I got from the Sierras. Might be a ponderosa pine. This pine doesn't look so good. There's another cedar. There's a Quercus vaccinifolia, also from the Sierras. So yeah. I think that is it. Oh, one more thing before I end the video. Here's a firethorn, or pyracantha, and it's very nice. It's been miniaturized because it's growing in very tough soil. And I've just been miniaturizing it even more. I prune it and I might collect it someday. It's very, very small. And there's a peach tree growing right here. So I cut the ivy away from it. And I water it as often as I remember. And hopefully it makes it until spring. Because I really want a peach bonsai. They get such good fall colors. Here's another pear right here. And then there's one of my favorite weeds. I love this weed. It's so... These also grow in the mountains. In the alpine areas. So it's like a nice alpine plant. You can see that it's growing in the tundra. Yeah. So, that is it for today. This is the Watch Poplars, and I'll see you in the next video.